Hey everyone, it's Jessie Hilgenberg, IFBB Figure Pro and NLA for Her Athlete. I am here answering all of your great questions from the NLA for Her Facebook page this week. If I don't get to your question this week, stay tuned because I will definitely get to them in following weeks. First of all, my apologies for this video. Usually I try to do it a little bit more professional, but I'm traveling a lot this week and this is the best I can do on my phone in my hotel room. First question is the best way to learn. What is the best way to learn how to time your nutrition and what to eat at the right times? So my answer to that is just to experiment as much as you can. I've been doing this and training and dieting for contests and photo shoots for over 5 years now, and I try and experiment with different methods and things all the time. But the one thing I will say and recommend, highly recommend, is to keep a journal. That way you can write down every single thing that you try and how you felt and how many ounces of this and that and at what times and carb cycling or whatever it is that you're trying. You can write down what you did and review it and go back and kind of see what works and what didn't. Next question is, what body part is my favorite to work on and which takes me the longest to get to how I want it to look? So in the beginning, my favorite body part was always shoulders, and that's really just because my shoulders were the best part of my physique. But now, really, the weakest parts of my physique have always been my back and my glutes. And it's obvious, those are the body parts I don't see in a mirror every single day. So now they're my favorite to train just because they have the most work to be done to, and so I can really work hard and put a ton of time and effort into them, and I get to now kind of see them growing and changing and developing, and that's really exciting for me. So probably my back days and my glute days are my favorite right now. And those are the two that have taken me the longest, just because they're the weakest. So next question is, how much cardio should I do when trying to burn fat? And should it be steady state cardio or interval cardio? And third part, is it okay to do intervals after weights? And how much cardio you should do is really going to be individual. It depends on how much fat you have on your body to start with. And it also depends on what your goal is, when the goal date is. So if it's a show that you have coming up, it's going to depend, how much cardio you do is dependent on if you're 20 weeks out or 10 weeks out. There's a big difference there. And then other things come into play like metabolism and genetics and things like that. I do both steady state and interval cardio. Steady state cardio is really boring to me, so I love interval cardio because it's just way more fun, goes by quicker, and I think you burn fat and calories a lot longer after the interval sessions than you do steady state. So I definitely do both. And I do think that it's okay to do intervals after you weight train. The only day I probably wouldn't do it would be a leg day, just because my leg days are so intense that I don't think my body would want to handle a leg day or like interval sprints or anything after I train legs. But I think it's okay to do intervals after you weight train. I would just probably keep it a little more brief, and maybe just jump on the treadmill and do treadmill sprints for 15 minutes after you weight train. Next question is, what are the most important supplements in my stack? And I would say definitely BCAAs. That's the first one that comes to mind, branched chain amino acids, and that's just because it's so important to protect your muscle. Branched chain amino acids support protein synthesis, so they prevent your muscles from breaking down. Every time you're in the gym doing cardio, lifting weights, you're breaking down muscle, and those branched chain amino acids are there to support your muscle and to support the amino acids going into your muscles, and they just kind of protect your muscle. So I always have branched chain amino acids first thing in the morning before I go do cardio. I have them before and after my workouts branched chain amino acids are a really good energy source too, so it's really great to be able to just take them around your workouts. The next, other important supplements would definitely be, for me, fish oils. We definitely don't get enough of those. At least I don't get enough in my diet. I don't get enough flax oil. I don't eat enough fish every week. So the next one would also be a multivitamin and a joint protector like glucosamine. Last question for the day is, how long did it take to get my physique? So I've always been active. I played sports all the time when I was younger. I played softball for 7 years. I was a catcher, so I've been doing squats for years and years. I was a swimmer. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. I ran track, so I've always been really active, and I've always been into fitness. My family was really fit. So I've always had the fitness thing going for me, probably for the last 15 years. And then in 2008, I discovered the figure division of the NPC, and I started then training with the focus in the gym to build my physique to fit that figure look. And that was in 2008, so 5 years. So I've been building my physique from just kind of general fitness to turning IFBB Pro and having that look for 5 years. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for all of the great questions. The ones I didn't get to, they're definitely in my notepad, and I will make sure that I get to them next week, along with all the other new questions. I am going to get on a plane in a couple of days for the Arnold, and so if any of you are going to the Arnold, make sure you let me know on the NLA for her Facebook page, and I can let you know where to find me. And have a great weekend, you guys. Have fun and train hard.